just how easy it is to spot pandemic pollution, we asked our NewsHour staff to keep their eyes open. From D.C. to California, they shared videos.
Dagdag sa ulo ko ngayong tag-ulan dahil tag-ulan.
Lalong lalala ang problema sa tinatawag ng medical waste dito sa Pilipinas.
Surgical face masks are washing up
everywhere.
Dagdag
sa ulo ko ngayong tag-ulan
dahil
karagdag basurang babara sa mga estero kanal na magpipigil.
Good day, panelists, Ma'am Sel, Ma'am Lena, and to my fellow groupmates. I am Jocelyn Santos, the leader of the group number 5, and today we will try our best to defend the research where we put a lot of hardship and effort under the supervision of very hands-on and approachable research advisor, Ma'am Lena and Kanyet. Please let me introduce to you the student behind this study, Miss Alberto, Miss De Los Santos, Mr. Laderas, Miss Lopez, Mr. Sebastian, and Mr. Villarias. At this moment, let me call on Mr. Sebastian to discuss the introduction of our research entitled Handling of PPE, the Case of Hagonoy, Bulacan.
In this day and age, we are all aware on the pandemic that causes a huge impact in our health, unemployment, education, and our daily type of living. But what about our environment? According to the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, the Philippines has generated 52,000 metric tons of waste since the start of lockdown in March 2020. The proper waste management of disposable PPEs is need to be worked out because it has a huge impact in our environment and society. The spread of the virus can be transmitted if we carelessly throw our PPEs everywhere. Face mask is made up in polypropylene or microfiber thermoplastic that will count decades to be decomposed. Here in Hagonoy, Bulacan, high tides and floodings are common that the community is used to it. If we think about it, the scattered disposable face mask and face shield in the streets and backyards will be lifted up by the tides and sweep it away towards the lakes, rivers, and ocean. This will result to the blockage of sewage, polluted bodies of water, destroyed marine diversity, and exhaustion of seafoods, which the Hagonoy is well known. The goal of this study is to determine which way is effective and efficient in disposing the waste of PPEs. We aim to provide erudite information that will infuse to our fellow Hagonoyens to be inspired and to have unity to conserve our environment in the middle of the pandemic. To discuss the statement of the problem and the scope of the elimination, I would like to introduce Ms. Erica Alberto.
Statement of the problem. This research study will seek to examine the process of handling of PPEs in Hagonoy, Bulacan. To accomplish this study, the researchers aim to fulfill these following questions. First is, what is the demographic profile from the respondents in terms of age, gender, civil status, and employment status? Second is the percentage of the respondents who utilize reusable masks and disposable masks. Third is, how does the PPE is handled in terms of recycling and disposing. The fourth one is the environmental impact that can be identified in terms of recycling and disposing. The last one is if there's a significant relationship between handling of PPEs and the environmental impact. Scope and delimitation. Respondents' demographic information such as age, gender, civil status, and employment status is being collected in this research. The study was conducted in Hagonoy, Bulacan. The respondents of the study were 100 residents of Hagonoy, Bulacan, wherein divided into 10 households per barangay. The purpose of this study is to determine which method of disposing of PPE waste is the most effective and efficient.
I will discuss to you the significance of the study. This study finds out how the residents of Hagonoy, Bulacan will dispose or recycle their PPE that can help to the following groups of people. municipality of Hagonoy will benefit directly from this research they could use to improve the way of dispose and recycle of PPE like face shield and face masks that cannot affect to the environment. Students, to help them understand what to do with their face shield and face mask, this research helped them to decide which waste disposal method they prefer. Community worker, to provide them with a better understanding of how to dispose waste and recycle their PPE. And the future researcher will use this study as a reference material and background knowledge of their research.
The most relevant literature, according to a foreign article in Citrus Hygiene 2020, the use of personal protective equipment has increased since the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic. PPE masks and gloves are not always disposed or separately in some workplace. According to the World Health Organization, PPE should be disposed in a closed container rather than in regular trash. Community-based public health efforts are the most effective strategy to prevent the spread of the infection diseases. By disposing of the appropriate PPE for everyone entering the facility, you can prevent trash and keep your employees and guests safe. The most relevant theories, the waste management theory that were proposed by Eva Pronkax, Paul S. Phillips, and Rita L. Kelsky dated June 2004, serve as the theoretical foundation of this research. This theory is based on the belief the waste management can assist in preventing waste from harming public health and the environment. WMT strives to encourage the conservation of resources through waste management and resource minimization.
With our conceptual framework, we can definitely show how the theories and literatures to provide investigations help to identify the possible harm effect of waste to our community and to our environment. It also provides the information on how important the disposal of PPE waste are. On this research, the WMT gave the pattern how important waste management is, especially on these days. We've been using masks and face shield that has been contributing 2 tons of waste on our community. It is important for us to know the effect of use of face mask and face shield on the public health when it's not disposed. Properly same goes with the environment here in Hagonoy. Independent variable, this is all about the respondents are this research. And then the dependent variable is from the variables we have conclude that use of disposable face masks as well on how our community handle the PPE might cause multiple environmental impacts. On our null hypothesis or HO, it is stated the handling of PPE doesn't have any effect on our environment. Since when we say null hypothesis is a kind of non-tested or not proven that the handling of PPE doesn't have effect on our environment today. While on alternative hypothesis or HA, we conclude that handling of PPEs doesn't have effect on our environment. It is mainly because that is what we are going to prove on the study.
Methods and techniques. This study used quantitative method to collect and analyze the numeric data and descriptive method design applied to this study. We prepared some questions to the respondents to answer using a survey questionnaire, and after that we collect the information to the respondents in every barangay of Hagonoy, Bulacan to to identify the issue, which is handling of PPE. Some of our question is about disposing and recycling of PPE. In this study, data gathering is important in order to analyze the data and determine which method is most effective and efficient to prevent and avoiding harmful effects of PPE, waste of the environment in case of Hagonoy, Bulacan.
Good day, panelists. I am Sherry Lopez, and I will present the discussion of summary of findings, conclusion, and recommendation. Based on our data, majority of our respondents with a frequency of 99 or 99% are using disposable masks, while there is only 1 or 1% who uses reusable masks. This concludes that every day, the large scale of population generates tons of disposable face mask waste. The result of calculating the overall average of the number of face masks consumed in a day is about 3 face masks per person. For some reasons, the reusable mask requires cleaning and sanitizing every time that it is being used. If you think about it, it is time-consuming and hassle to do. But using more disposable face masks contributes to the plastic waste that can cause harm to the environment. Therefore, the researchers suggest that the municipality of Hagonoy organize a discussion for community workers and Hagonoy residents to promote awareness about how personal protective equipment such as disposable face masks and face shields might harm the environment if not properly segregated. Moreover, the application of a livelihood program in each barangay to develop a reusable face mask out of used clothing so that residents can minimize wearing disposable masks, which may cause negative impact to the environment. They can use this to help the environment while also profiting from the sale of a finished product. The summary of findings in our collected data and handling of PPEs in terms of disposing is that majority of our respondents dispose their face mask and face shield just by throwing it to the trash bins after using. As a result, the respondents do not separate the waste of all PPEs, which could lead to the spread of virus. The study suggests that the municipality of Hagonoy strengthen their PPE waste disposal by constructing a separate trash bin in each barangay that only includes discarded face masks and face shields. When it comes to handling of PPEs by means of recycling, most of our respondents do not agree in cleaning, washing, and sanitizing the disposable PPEs and reusing it. They also didn't want it to be recycled. Example given is the bags of face shield into something useful and some handcrafted products. The vast majority will simply purchase a new one, adding to the mountains of garbage. The respondents also oppose recycling worn PPE by creating handcrafted things, primarily because they fear of becoming infected if they touch or produce something out of it. The public has been given insufficient information on how to safely recycle personal protective equipment. In terms of recycling, the researchers suggest that the municipality of Hagonoy try to encourage everyone to take a training on how to make a reusable face mask and face shield from an old one. In this way, we can lower the number of people who wear disposable face masks. And this will be the end of our research presentation, entitled Handling of PPEs, the Case of Hagonoy, Bulacan.